Hello, everyone, and welcome to Six Figure Souls, Doing Good and Making Money. This is a special season 5 where we're interviewing the co-authors of our collaborative book project, The Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Soul-Aligned Business, 25 Practical Strategies from the Experts. I am your host, Camille Miller. I am the pioneer for the soul professional movement and lead author of this book. Today, we are interviewing Sara Fins, and she is the author of Chapter 7, Know Your Money, Grow Your Business, Get Your Finances in Order, and Take Your Business to the Next Level. Thank you, Sara, for being a part of our interview today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, Sara, tell us first a little bit about your background and your work, like what you do.
Sure, yeah. I originally went to school for accounting. Back in the day, graduated with an accounting degree. I earned my CPA. I worked in corporate accounting for a number of years. And then when my daughter was born, she's 13 now, I went back to school to become a health coach. And so I opened my business. I ran my health coaching business for about 10 years, and I really enjoyed it. However, I realized in speaking with a lot of my colleagues and other health coaches and other wellness professionals that many of them struggled with the finance side of their business. So, the bookkeeping, the accounting, that sort of thing. And it was holding them back from really taking their business to the next level and growing it the way that they wanted to and having the impact that they wanted to have.
Yeah.
And I realized that that was the kind of thing that came easy to me because I had the background in accounting, and I guess I never really considered that others struggled in that area. And so I began kind of organically helping friends set up the finances of their business. And at a conference one day, I was at a business conference, I kind of had like a download that when the person we were listening to speak, who had a really successful business, was saying that it wasn't until someone explained finances to her in a way that she understood that everything clicked and her business exploded. And so I realized that I could help other solopreneurs in that way. And so I pivoted my business, and now I've moved away from the health coaching, and I focus full time on helping other solopreneurs learn that side of their business so they can do more of the work that they love in the world. So
lovely. So are you actually doing the bookkeeping?
No, I don't.
For hire? Okay.
Right. No, I don't actually do the bookkeeping for them. But what I do is I teach them how to understand what the numbers mean, what to look at, what they need to track, so that they have the information that they need, because I really feel strongly that you need to understand what's going on in your finances before you can outsource to someone else.
Absolutely.
And also that you don't need to be an accountant in order to do that. And so I think that's a misconception that I really want to clear up. And I want to help everyone to feel empowered to know what to look at and really how to understand the ins and outs of it.
Beautiful. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your chapter. You're a first-time author, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yes, so this is your first time writing. So tell us a little bit about the experience of writing and telling your story for the first time, and then a little bit about what you included in it.
Yeah, it was actually a really interesting experience for me. And I wasn't looking to write a book, but someone invited me, mutual colleague of ours, another one of the authors invited me into the project. And it was one of those things where it was like a full body yes. I was like, I have to do this.
Love it.
Even before I thought it through, I just knew that I wanted to be a part of this project. I loved the idea of the book and everything like that, and the topics. And so when writing it, the how-to portion, the strategy side of it came pretty easy to me. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but writing my story was challenging because, I'm a fairly private person. I don't really talk a lot about my background and how I kind of arrived where I arrived. And it took a lot of, self-reflection and kind of digging deep and a bunch of rewrites to kind of get that out there in the way that I wanted to. And so it was a personal challenge. So yeah, but one that I ultimately enjoyed.
Why did you decide now was the time for that story to come out?
Well, I feel like it really can help readers understand that in the finance area, people are not born knowing how to manage
Right.
their finances. It's not something we come out just knowing. And even people who, like me, are teaching this sort of thing have their own story when it comes to, how I even had to learn how to do that for myself before I could go and help others. And so it felt like the right space, and also the community of other authors and you and everyone in this group made it feel like a very natural and kind of welcoming process. And so, yeah, I felt comfortable letting this information out into the world, now. So
awesome. So what would be some key advice for anyone thinking of starting their soul aligned business right now? Maybe they've been in a year or two, but there's probably people hemming and hawing or have been in the shoes that you've worn. Right. And kind of deciding, because it's kind of unconventional what you do. And they may be thinking, I have an unconventional idea, but will people think I'm crazy?
Yeah, I think just do it. Just start getting it out there. I mean, you don't have to, in some instances, you may want to jump in full force, but in other instances, you can kind of test the waters. Right. And with my health coaching business, I dove right in. I knew I graduated, I'm going to do this. But with the finance business I'm doing now, the bookkeeping support, I tested that at first. I put some feelers out. I was helping friends. I was trying to determine, is this something that people really want? And then once I felt confident that they did, then I branched out from there. But just do it. Just try it. And don't let what others are saying in your ear hold you back. Because if you know in your heart that this is something that people need in the world, you have to let it out there. And you have to, exactly. And you have to go and do it. And
so who are the type of people that you surround yourself with now? Because I think it's so important. And I talk about it in my chapters as well, about, surrounding yourself in a community that believe in whatever it is you're doing, that you have that support.
That is hugely important. And over the years, I've been involved in mastermind communities. I've been involved in networking groups. Your group is amazing. I love it. It's really surrounding yourself with like-minded people who believe that your business can succeed and that you can succeed as an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur who's really in line with, their soul business, like we're saying, instead of just starting a business only to make money. Making money, of course, is important, or your business won't, right? That's what I'm talking about, or your business won't be successful. But being in line with, your values and really what you want to put out in that world. So finding other like-minded individuals that feel that same way and that can support you, because the entrepreneurial journey is not an easy one. There are ups and downs, there are fluctuations, there are all sorts of challenges, and also very good things as well. But getting that support in whatever form you need, groups, coaches, mastermind groups, networking groups, all those things is super important. So, and find some business besties too. That's also
I love that. Business besties. Oh my gosh, I love that idea. I love that term. So have you always been soul aligned, or is it something that grew and awakened within you as you grew?
Yeah, it's definitely something that grew. When I was working in corporate accounting, I was making good money. It was a very successful career. It was a traditional job. It was something that I thought, and I talk about this a little bit in my chapter, a path I needed to take, but it was not soul aligned. I was, helping corporations make money. To me, that wasn't very fulfilling. And it's one of the reasons I went into health coaching, was because I felt I have to do something that I feel passionate about. And, in addition to helping business owners with their finances, helping them with their health was something I was really passionate about. And so that was the first time that I really felt aligned in my business. And when I did that, when I made that move, everything felt easier. Like it just felt right. Like it felt like the right path. And as I pivoted back into the finance space, that started to feel like the right path. And so I really tried to listen to my intuition and follow what that was telling me in terms of what I needed to be kind of teaching out in the world. But yeah, it's been a progression for sure over time.
Yeah. Well, I think awakening was like, you never finish awakening.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
No matter what level you hit, there's more to go and learn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
All right. Last question. Overall, your thoughts about the book, other people's chapters. You've met a lot of the other authors.
Yeah, I love it. It's been such an amazing opportunity in getting to know these authors. I mean, I only knew, one or two of the authors starting this journey, and now I've gotten to know many of them, and just hearing their wisdom, and everybody kind of brings a different perspective and their own experiences to the book. And that's what I love about it, because there's a takeaway from every chapter for everybody. So I really, really feel that the value in this book in terms of helping you to create your business and grow your business, it's really invaluable. So I've loved learning from all the other authors as well. That's really been great.
Nice. Do you think you'll be an author again?
I would love to. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of piqued a new interest of mine. So yeah, I would love to write more.
Yeah, I like the collaborative idea. For me, just putting it together, because I felt I had a book in me, but I wasn't so sure, a whole book is a lot.
Yes.
And I loved the collaborative piece of it. But then when I read it for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I could have never put a book like this myself, right? Because it's so many different viewpoints and strategies and things that I didn't go through. I was even learning from the book myself. So I loved the collaborative idea of it.
Yeah. And also there was a lot of support in the writing process, because you had other people to talk to who were going through the same thing, instead of writing a book on your own kind of in isolation. So that was a really big plus as well. Yeah. Having a group there.
Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing your story and being a part of the book and being a part of our podcast this morning.
My pleasure.
I really loved your story. I felt it was inspiring, and hopefully it will help a lot of people out there that are kind of figuring out what they need to do.
Thank you. I hope so too.
All right. I want to remind all of our listeners that you can buy the book on Amazon. You can Google The Ultimate Guide to Creating Your Soul-Aligned Business, or look for it in business or marketing, leadership, or soul professional. Those are the categories that we seem to be highlighting in. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. For more information about the Soul Professional Movement, you can go to soulprofessional.com. This podcast is sponsored by the Natural Life Business Partnership, a global professional organization and business incubator for the soul-aligned entrepreneur. If you live in a higher vibration, have an alternative approach to business, and want to help repair the world, come to a meet and greet and see if you are a good fit for our professional community. You can join us at our next meet and greet. You can go to soulprofessional.com to find the next event that fits you and your time schedule. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sara, for joining us.
Thank you.